The research that we just completed, which was funded by the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, or NIH, the project is called Bangkok Online Testing on MSM. And what it is to assess the feasibility and acceptability of self-testing with online counseling among a group of young men who have sex with men, or we call young MSM. What's particularly unique about this group is that in Thailand right now, this group has the highest HIV prevalence and also incidence in the country. So prevalence in Bangkok is around 30% and incidence is as high as 12 per 100 person years. So, HIV is treatable these days. I mean, they may not be a cure yet, but at least it's very treatable. And in Thailand, everybody who's living with HIV, who are Thai citizens, can have access to free antiretroviral therapy, which is provided by the Thai government. However, many people are not accessing this service. And on top of that, many people who are living with HIV do not even know that they have HIV. And so the problem is really at the testing. We have all these venue-based testing, whether clinics or hospitals, but a lot of men, particularly young MSM, are not accessing it. And so I thought maybe we should think outside the box, think about other options. And so that's how we came up with this online HIV testing project. For this project, we focus on MSM who are between 18 to 24 years old. This is a feasibility and acceptability study, and so at the very beginning, we have qualitative research. So these were focus group discussions to talk to different young MSM who are living in different places in Bangkok. Some live in downtown Bangkok, others maybe live in the suburban areas like Salaya, for example. And we would ask them, what are the barriers to testing at the venues, whether clinics or hospitals? And they would tell us, whether sometimes they're worried about confidentiality, sometimes they're worried about the distance being so long and Bangkok traffic. Sometimes they worry about the stigma and the discrimination they may get from the healthcare providers at the different facilities. And because of these reasons, they choose not to come and get tested at the venues. So we did the qualitative research, and then after that, then we designed this self-testing project with the online counseling. So for that, we had an online survey. We recruited men who are online, whether through apps that MSM use, or through Facebook, or through different websites that MSM visit. We recruited 1,364 young MSM, and of those, we randomized 75 men into our pilot study. And so for our pilot study, we send them a box that contains the self-test kits with an explanation. We also have a video clip that they can watch. We also hired a nurse counselor who gives them advice and counseling online, and also walk them through from the beginning to the end. So they test, we call it baseline. So the first time, 3 months later, they do it again, and then 3 months later, they do it again. So we wanted to know whether they can do it, whether they come back and want to do it, and for those who are positive, if they can be linked to care and treatment. And I'm happy to say in our project, we had 100% linkage to care and support. In the test kit, very similar to like a home pregnancy test. And so, there's a couple of drops of blood, and then in 15 minutes, the test will show whether you're positive or negative. But we also have a filter paper. Guys can also drop a couple of drops of blood on the filter paper, and then they can mail that back into our labs, and then we're able to test whether it's a true positive or if it's a true negative, just to confirm the result.
ประทับใจในตัวเจ้าเครื่องตรวจตัวนี้ครับพี่เพราะว่าในปัจจุบันนะครับคนเราเนี่ยไม่กล้าไปตรวจ HIV ตามโรงพยาบาลหรือตามคลินิกก็ตัวนี้ก็ถือว่าเป็นตัวที่ตอบโจทย์เลยในวิถีชีวิตของ ยัง MSM อะครับก็ถือว่าเป็นการเพิ่มช่องทางให้มีความหลากหลาย แล้วก็สะดวกมากยิ่งขึ้นในการตรวจ HIV ในปัจจุบันนี้ครับ
We really want everyone to get tested because we know the treatment is working and we want everyone to access the free treatment that's provided by the government. But in order to do that, they need to know that they are positive. So right now we have mass testing campaigns, we have mobile clinics, but alone by itself doesn't seem to work. And I think maybe in combination, including the online testing, it might increase the testing rate so that we are more with the UNAIDS 90-90-90 target.